Hey, I want to share something with you guys today. Okay, so let me read this for you. When it was evening, Jesus sat down at the table with the 12. While they were eating, he said, I tell you the truth, one of you will betray me. Greatly distressed, each one of them asked in turn, am I the one, Lord? So I just read for you Matthew 26, verses 20 through 22. I want to talk to you for just a few minutes about humility and pride. So the reason I start with that scripture is because it is an example. There are many examples, but it is an example of humility. So here are the disciples with Jesus, and he's going to be betrayed. And so he tells them, hey, one of y'all are going to betray me. Now, because of their relationship with him, because they understand his character, they know he's not a liar, they operate in humility, even though they know, everyone except for Judas knows, they don't have ill will towards Jesus, but they still ask themselves, is it me? Like, am I going to betray him? That's a certain level of humility that I believe we need in marriage. The thing about humility and pride, pride is the opposite of humility, but think about humility. When you're not walking in humility, you're walking in pride. And pride is extremely, extremely dangerous, right? So I wanted to share something with you to help you do love and life better, especially in the area of marriage, right? So here's some things I want you to consider. Your partner had a life before you ever showed up. They had a life before you ever showed up. That means that their habits and behavior that you don't like, they had before they ever met you. To this point, your partner has been doing life the way they're doing life with regularity, and they had no issues. Even the things that they've been doing that they do have issues with, let's say like, drinking too much or whatever, they have issues with them, but they still, it's habitual, right? And they're trying to figure out, I would say, if it's something that's negatively affecting you, figure out, they've been trying to figure out how not to do that. If it's negatively affecting their life, and the fact that they haven't means that something else is going on, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. So, even though you may determine that the things they do and how they operate, you would never do, the same is true for your partner, right? The way you operate, the things that you do, they may say, I would never do that. The way that you do life is familiar and okay for you, but your partner would not do what you do because that's not how they learn how to do life. Okay? Now, this is true for everybody. For this reason, humility is extremely important in order to have a healthy marriage, especially for new marriages. Now, I classify new marriages as marriages less than 10 years, right? I know the world doesn't classify you as newlyweds, but if you've been married less than 10 years, I'm in this category. I'm still saying it's a new marriage. The opposite of humility is pride. Okay. Now, the reason pride is dangerous is because when you're walking in it, you oftentimes don't know it. Like pride makes you focus on your needs, your wants, your hurts, your desires. Right? When you operate in pride, you cannot see your own faults. You can't see your own faults when you walk in pride. And the faults that you do see. So maybe you may be able to see some of your faults. Like you can say, yeah, I need to grow in that. The faults that you do see, you rationalize. Why? Because pride feels like righteousness. Pride feels like righteousness. So when things are not working in your marriage and you are more, when things are not working in your marriage, and you're more likely to get upset, you may want to check yourself to see if you're walking in pride, because here's what pride does. Pride makes it more likely that you'll blame your partner and not look in the mirror. Yeah, that is why the answer to pride is to choose a life of humility. Because humility makes you look at yourself, even when you don't think you're wrong, right? Humility makes you look at yourself, even when you don't think you're wrong. When you walk in humility, you realize that you may not know all the facts. You realize that you may have played a part in your partner's behavior, in your partner's unacceptable behavior. That's what humility does. The reason I started off talking about your partner, having a different life before you showed up, is because we often think that the things we see them doing and the things we don't like, they're doing it to hurt us. And we also think that if they don't stop, because I've told you I don't like this, right? I don't like this, and you keep doing it. And so we think if they don't stop, then it must mean they don't care or they don't want to stop. But the truth is, they simply don't see the world the way you do, right? Pride will make you focus on changing their behavior to be more acceptable in your world. But humility makes you look in the mirror and see if and how you are contributing to the situation. That's what the disciples did, right? They had no ill will towards Jesus except for Judas, but they all asking, is it me? That's humility. Maybe it's something that I can't see. Maybe I'm blind to something that I'm doing or causing or whatever. That's humility, to even consider that, right? Walking in humility will help you realize that you need to grow to accept what you previously thought you would never accept. There's a ton of things in my marriage that in previous years before I got here, I may have thought, yeah, I would never accept this. I'd never accept that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I'm not dealing with somebody who does this, right? But as I've grown, I realize that I'm able to accept what I thought I never would accept. Here's something else. I realized that recently, the more I grow, the happier I become in my marriage. The more I grow, not the more we grow, not the more she grows, the more I grow, I get happier in my marriage. I enjoy my marriage more. The reason for that is because I've grown in the area of humility. I've grown in the area of humility. And because of that, the more I grow, the more I see my wife's unacceptable behavior as the way she learned to do life, as opposed to taking it personal, as if she's doing this to me and because of me. The thing is, when you walk in pride as opposed to humility, you are stuck with your own incomplete and sometimes toxic thoughts. Countless times, I've been upset with my wife about how she is moving. And then later, as I've matured and grown, I realized that she needed my prayers, not my criticism. And I realized that because I realized she was struggling, trying to do life in a way that is different than how she learned it. And the thing is, you don't have a spouse that's trying to hurt you. Like your partner's not trying to. Most people, and probably your partner, they're not trying to hurt you. They're not trying to disrespect you. They're not trying to tear you down, right? More than likely, they are simply doing life the way they know how, while trying to also change the things to be what you need. That's not an easy task. It's not an easy task. So my message to you is to humble yourself. That's my message. Humble yourself. Okay? Let humility be your default position in life. If you don't make humility your default position, I can assure you that you will suffer from negative beliefs about your partner, and you will ultimately weaken your marriage. Okay? Get rid of pride, because pride is at the root of 100% of divorces. And the reason that the Bible says that pride comes before destruction is because you often don't know you're walking in it until destruction shows up. Okay? So, walk away from pride, embrace humility, and learn to do love and life better. Learn to have better conflict resolution skills, because pride and humility, they're both going to affect your ability to resolve conflict. How long you stay mad about stuff. Just over the last, let me guess, maybe just over the last 3 weeks, I've excused, ignored, prayed for behaviors that my wife has, ways that she's moving or whatever, because I realize God don't have an issue with that as much as I do, because so God is working with her to change whatever he wants to change, not what I want changed. But my role is realizing, hey, she's imperfect just like me. She's growing just like me. She's not a life guru just like me. She's trying to figure out still at this late stage of the game how to do life on this planet just like me. So it makes me, because I want to be pleasing to God, it makes me move from pride to humility. So then it makes me look in the mirror. Okay? All right. You guys be encouraged.